So, you guys enjoyed my video on video games, and I enjoyed making it. So, the only logical thing to do is to make another. So yeah, here's another video on video games. Let's start with a game called Free Sky. A game where you are placed on a planet and forced to survive with only a broken spaceship and little supplies. So you have to explore and find stuff like oxygen and sodium, carbon, and other things that you'd need to live on a hostile planet. So, at that point in the game, I was sort of confused as to what to do. But anyways, I gathered and repaired my ship. Now, when you repair that ship, you unlock the ability to go to any planet you like. Cold, warm, toxic, radioactive, or if you look for quite a long time, maybe, just maybe, you'll find a planet with nothing wrong with it. No toxic atmosphere, no heat problems, just essentially Earth. Along the way, you'll learn to build bases. I go exploring and find a nice planet, radioactive, but nice. Nobody has ever said that in their life, by the way. And I set up base there. I start researching and planning on how to improve my base, and I find out that the planet I chose, it's rich in copper, a very important material in base building. So yeah, there's that. Eventually, you figure out how to go to different solar systems, and I explore. I mean, that's most of the game, but it's fun. But after you can go to different solar systems, there isn't much development after that. It's just a survival game, which is not a bad thing. It's actually really, really fun. I enjoy it a lot. Next, let's talk about Sunset Cities, a game where you build a city from the ground, and depending on how many DLC you have, your city can explode violently, get hit by a meteor, or destroyed in a number of different ways. Of course, I have the DLC that allows meteors, as well as plenty of other natural disasters to hit your city. Anyways, making a successful city in this game is really hard. The only time I've ever done it is when I was making it all on one road, which sounds really stupid, but for some reason it makes it really easy. But if you're trying to make an actual city, it's very, very hard. You have to make sure people don't die, but also have like a million things that you'd really want in a house, but you don't really want to have to build into a city. This game isn't the most fun because of this. It's just management unless you do the stupidest stuff you can think of, which in that case it is pretty fun. Once I made a city, it was successful, sorta. I mean, it worked. It wasn't in constant debt, only partial debt. And since I mentioned natural disasters before, I think you know what's coming. A meteor came and said, you know your city? Well, boom. Similar to the last game, in no way other than it being a sandbox game, let's talk about cook anything. Whatever. So, in Cook Anything, you can cook anything. I mean, what did you think? Did you think you could only cook like 10 meals? No. But anyways, it's pretty fun. Wanna know something cool? There are propane tanks. And just as a side fact, did you know that there are blowtorches? Let's do a little math now. Just make this educational a little. Blowtorch plus propane equals explosion! Yeah, that's a fun part of the game. Blowing up your kitchen so you can't cook anything. Ironic how a great part of the game is destruction when it's called Cook Anything. Once, a customer came into my restaurant and asked for a burger and some fries. So, I got to work. I first deep fried the burger and then put a potato on it. Then I put it on a plate and threw it in the customer's face. They were very happy. I mean, they were just so happy. Like, I mean it. They were really just so happy. But yeah, that's what you do in this game. Now let's talk about oxygen not found, where oxygen is required but not always found, just as the name suggests. You see, you're placed on an asteroid in space, and you have to command your crew to do certain tasks like mining, building, cooking, stuff like that. Of course, they only listen to you half the time. But anyways, you come across many different things, such as a poisonous swamp, a cold tundra, a fiery volcano, and places where you can't breathe because it's just a vacuum. You actually start with 3 days worth of oxygen, but you have to go out and find more or learn to extract it from things that you can find. So, you progress. You usually get all your people killed only to replace them with new people. Learn how to make power and filter water and air, and eventually you have a proper base that can live through just about everything. And then you have to launch off your asteroid into space to end the game. Now let's talk about Don't Dehydrate again. I have a few more things to say about it. And no, you do not have to watch the first video before seeing this. All you need to know is that cows equal good, dogs equal bad, and yeah. So, I spawn into the game, and as it happens, there are cows right next to me. Remember, cows equal good. Really close by, there are also pig people, which can be hired to do your bidding. Pretty useful. Anyways, I go exploring to find stuff that I need, like stones, gold, and food things. Anyways, I set up base and then I hear barking off in the distance. You can guess what's happening. Here come the dogs. And then I realize that they really aren't that much of a threat. Anyways, at that point, I'm just building and improving my base, growing food, and getting material. Then I realized, shouldn't I be preparing for winter, which is in 3 days? So, I gather silk and make a winter hat. You'd think that winter is pretty hard, and it is, but I managed. But actually, the dogs came and got revenge on me, so yeah. But anyways, that's all the video games I'm going to talk about this video. And also, I'm taking suggestions for what I can do my videos on, so if you have a good idea, tell me in the comments, and I might do it. Anyways, goodbye.